Hi, y'all. I'm just getting my iPad set up so I can to make sure everybody can see me and that I'm on properly. There I am. Okay. Apparently I am. I'm just going to wait a few minutes, let some more people join up. Put this away too. What's everybody doing? It's Thanksgiving Day here in Canada. We have it on a different day than our American friends. I think it's just so we don't have turkey too close together. Once in November and once in December. Just saying, thinking, my thought. Don't have them too close. Yeah, it's can you see the sun? It's just beautiful here again, I tell you. Oh, Roxanne came, my sister came. She came and visited me yesterday for a little bit in her sweet best hubby. He mowed all my lawns yesterday and weed whacked for me and helped me do a couple of things, so that was great. And Roxanne went out. We went over to Deb Antonic's and picked up some stuff, and now I got to send her my list for some new things to cut for me. I just want to look at this. Okay. Hi, Rhonda. Yeah, we're going to do Tarnished Angels today. There's 3 of them. They're actually so easy to do. So we're going to do those today. 1, 2, 3. So you can see they're all in different levels of tarnished. So we're going to do those today. I've sent out all the kits. I know a lot of people, especially on the West Coast, have received theirs already. And I just mailed them out. So that was really nice to hear that they were so fast. But I think, you know what, we're going to just get started because we have an appointment, believe it or not, Thursday on Thanksgiving. We have an appointment this afternoon, and I'm not too sure what time they're coming. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Bring you down and around. Okay, down and around. Okay. I'm going to just bring this forward a bit. Let me just move a couple things here. I think I like this. Oops. I'm going to bang the camera around for a minute. Sorry. Okay. Just kind of adjusting a couple things. Okay. So these are the 3 we're doing. These are the 3 that we did. Now, I have not done the instruction on this. I will, but I'm going to tell you ahead of time what colors that you're going to need. You're going to need light buttermilk for the faces, and I always do both sides. And then lamp black for the eyes. I did the blushes on the cheeks with dried clay, and then I often will use a little bit of heritage brick if I want to just add a little bit more color to them. So that's totally up to you, or use your favorite cheek color. And then this is just the rust technique. So it's lamp black, burnt umber, raw sienna, and then I use the blue mist for the blue technique. And those are the only colors that you need. It's really quite simple, and it just looks so good. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to blue. So these 2 angels are base coated in blue. This angel is base coated in the rust technique. So we're just going to go ahead and start. Oh, I could do this, and then I could see if anybody's talking to me. Hi, Rhonda. Yeah, you don't get to join me when I do it on Fridays. I know. Just wondering where my Dinkelhofer is. Oh, here. Yeah, sorry. I was all organized, and then I decided to change places where I was doing this. Yeah. That figure. Okay. I actually don't like that there. I want that up here. I don't the shadow. So these two again are done in Blue Mist. And I'm just going to use my sponge and rub them on. To make sure I stay on screen. So both of these are done in Blue Mist. Yeah, I had a nice little visit with my sister yesterday, and I'm hoping she'll come back on Monday before they leave. She's their son and daughter and grandkids just live half an hour up the road from me. So when she comes down, she gets to kill two birds with one stone and see both of us. So she's staying with them right now. Retire in 7 months. Oh, yay. Oh, I'm just going to dry these two. And then I want to do the backs because I like them all finished, as you know. Hi, Lisa. Hope everything is going good with you guys. My sister retires in 7 months too, Rhonda. Yes, she's very excited. So I'm just going to turn these over and I'm going to do the backs. And I'm going to make a boo-boo on purpose, just so to show you something. Okay, so see how I went over that? And I like the, call it the burnt edges, right? To show. So if you ever get paint on the burnt edges, the cut edges, but you don't want paint on it, just take a baby wipe and it literally just rubs right off. I mean, don't wait forever or you'll have a heck of a time, but otherwise, see, it just comes right off. So little hint from Debbie. And I'm just going to do the other side of this one. And we're going to do the faces, and then we're going to rest everything up. That's why I called it my Tarnished Angels, because they're tarnished a little bit. Okay, let's dry these up. This is so I can keep, I had to wipe the lens on my camera and on my glasses because I couldn't figure out why I couldn't see anything. Apparently it helps if you clean your glasses. Anybody doing anything exciting down in the States there? Excuse me. There. Okay, so I got these to dry. Now I'm going to take light buttermilk. So I'm just going to take some light buttermilk. Yes, this is the massive one. I'm going to do the faces. Now you may have another color that you like to use for faces. I like to use light buttermilk a lot, so that's what I'm going to use. And yes, I'm just using a sponge for all this. One reason I like to use a sponge, especially for these smaller things, is that when you use it, you really can avoid getting anything along the edges. I'm going to do all three because all three faces are the same. I'm going to dry these off, do the other side, and then I'm going to do one more coat on the front one. We have fall break at my college, so I get to paint and paint. Oh, how long are you on for? Hi, Deanna. How long is your break? Yeah, because you guys start earlier than us, don't you? Too. Our school doesn't start until after the long weekend in September. But I know yours starts in August. Oh, did you do another craft show, Rhonda? Sorry if I'm not keeping up. And I'm not worried about the back being perfectly opaque. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Oh, you get a 3-day weekend? Oh. Like, is that like a holiday all around, or is it just like your school or private schools or? Oh, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday you get off. Did you have a craft fair or not until December now? Why do I have a runny nose? I love how this heat gun just melts the little pad underneath. See how it melts it all? I don't know why it does that. Now I'm just going to do one more coat on these faces on the front. Okay, I'm going to dry these off. You can use anything, of course, to paint them, whatever brush you like. I like to use the sponges on some of these ones just for that reason. I like to keep my edges really nice. Now, I just noticed, see, this one has a little bit on it, and I've left it on for a while. So let's see if this wipe will take it off on the sides here. So this is just using a baby wipe, and you can see the blue on the side here. So let's just see how nicely that takes it off. And then I'm going to have a really nice clean edge, and that's been on since I painted it a few minutes ago. So there. Another little helpful hint from Debbie. Hi, Val. Just to break the holidays. When's your next craft fair, though, Rhonda? Now, I'm going to do these cheeks out, this face out now. So I am going to add the blush, which I'm doing in dried clay. You can use your favorite cheek color to do it, but I'm going to use dried clay. Ooh, what I don't think I brought. Oh, I not bring? I'm going, oh, might not have brought. See, I've been painting upstairs right now. Just because I kind of like to be close upstairs. And I'm sitting here going, and I took all my brushes upstairs. And now I'm looking to see, oh, I know where I have some. I was just looking for a brush to do the cheek. Okay, I found one. Oh, shit. I'm going to use Chris's brush. So these are Chris's diverse dry brushes. Love these. Hope everybody is taking advantage of this sale that Chris has right now, where if you order those brushes, the shipping is free in the States. Up here in Canada, they don't ship up here, but you guys can get them free down there, which is, shipped free. Plus, I think those three are like a $24 value for $10 for the set. I mean, how fabulous is that? I was saying I felt like I was an advertisement for cupboard distributing while I was doing it, but some of the deals are just too good to pass up. And then the chalk paint, $6.95, fabulous price. Use my code Deb, and then do capital MBC and then the number 2 for a further 10% off your entire order, which really helps pay for the shipping. So, yeah. I always do one side and then turn them over and do the opposite side. That way I kind of get the nice brush stroke that I like. I'm just going to really lightly sand this part of the face before I go any further. I normally do sand them first, and I forgot. Really, it's a miracle my mind works at all some days. Hi, Keiko. Oh, so your next craft fair isn't until December, Rhonda. Oh, you'll have to let me know too. I have some more of those Christmas blocks, and I didn't know if you wanted more of them, Rhonda. You'll have to let me know. Picky with my cheeks apparently today. I'm not gonna add the burnt sienna or the heritage brick to deepen them. Just gonna leave them that color. I'm going to do a little bit of distressing around the sides though. I'm going to use walnut stain. Now this is Distress Oxide walnut stain, and I just want to do it lightly. I do not want to do a whole lot of it. Sitting here going, I brought down this big thing with all my brushes in it. Now I can't figure out where in heck to put it. I'm going to use this. So I'm going to use this brush because where in heck is it? It's probably right in front of my face and I don't see it. So I'm just going to, I don't want to do too much, so I'm going to let my finger guide it just a little bit, just around the edges. If you don't have walnut stain, just use another one of your favorite, you know, distressing colors. It does not have to be, you know, one of these inks or oxides. You can use you know, a burnt umber or something like that, or even as asphaltum. But just go lightly, or you know, something like this. You can even use fawn. You don't have to use exactly what I'm using. You guys know what colors you like to put on your faces, and these are just the colors that I'm using. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to cut that off. And I really just want to give this a really light, soft sand. Now, I don't like, you won't be able to see it where you are, but I'm going to just take a little damp cloth and just kind of brighten this up a little bit with this damp cloth. Okay. Now I'm going to paint the eyes on. I'm going to use black. Hi, Arlene. See, I'm going, where are my brushes? I'm sure I carried them downstairs when I brought everything else. Ta-dam, ta-da, ta-da-da, da-dee-dee-dee. Oh, here. I'm going to end up having to go upstairs and look and see. Maybe I didn't carry them downstairs when I carried everything else. But I'm going to need them for splattering. Don't think I have any splattering brushes down here. I have to look and see. Now for the eyes, I used, so this is Krista's 18-aught script liner. And I just did, oops, I just make sure that's not too dark. Just two little lines like this. Okay. And that's all there was for their faces. Looking at these going, you know what? I think I will do a little bit of heritage brick on them. So I'm going to do some heritage brick just to deepen around the edges a little bit. I'm sitting here now going, now that I've said that, I'm going to have to run upstairs and get my brushes. I mustn't have brought them. Okay, hold on. Talk amongst yourselves. Say nice things about me. See, I had them all together. Okay. So I'm just going to take my angle brush, and y'all know it's Chris's awesome angle brush because I love her brushes. I'm going to pick up just a little bit of heritage brick on the end. Oh yeah, the third one isn't painted because these two are base coated with blue mist. This one isn't, it's different, so I'm doing it after. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little bit, just lightly around these edges. Just to add a little bit more color in those cheeks. See? You should see this bear my sister is doing, a winter bear. So cute. I may have to steal it from her and do one with you guys. Okay. There. Okay, now we can go on to all the rusting. So these come with 1, 2, 3. A star, a snowflake, a bell. Sorry, just grabbing everything out. A bell, a heart, a button. All of these are going to be rusted along with this angel. So the third angel is the only one that's fully rusted. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is get our black out. And I know, well, I don't have the bear here, but I am going to do it. I think I'm going to steal it. I'm going to steal it and make it for you ladies. It's so cute. So again, this is just the rust technique. We do it all the time. I'm just going to rust everything up by putting black on first. So I'm just sponging them all on. It's easier just to sponge them. Now, I'm going to take my ball stylus to hold my bell, just while I sponge the black on. If you have a bunch of them, you can use the double-sided tape. So you're just doing a couple. You can just use the ball stylus too, or something like that to hold it on. I'll do a couple coats on the ball stylus, on the bell. This button I could have used a double-sided tape, but instead I decided I wanted black fingers, so I'm doing black. I love these angels. I'm going to do some tall ones too, in the same technique. But I'll add a little bit more to the taller ones. These ones hang. However, you can also use these stands that we use for the snowies, and you can make these little angels stand too. Okay, we got the black off. Dry my hand so I don't wear the black. I'm gonna wear the black. I think this is enough that I can dab some more on. Okay, I'm just gonna put that over there. Stand up. And I don't think this one needs some more black on it too. Huh? See, I should have had double-sided tape, but I think that's upstairs too, because I was doing some other things. Okay, I'm gonna put that there. Now this will be dry, so I'm going to turn this over and do the same thing onto the back. I'm going to dry it off. I really do like these little angels. Okay. Where did we get our artsy talent, you know, from our dad? Was Roxanne crafting before you started these classes? No. I don't think so. She tried the painting. Didn't really enjoy the decorative painting as much. So, light buttermilk cake. Okay, so I've done this. I'm just going to really lightly sand these. I think I'll do it over a piece of paper towel. So these are all just going to be sanded a little bit. I'll just lightly dust those off. This one, again, I'm just going to lightly sand. And I like to do this just because it just always leaves a nice smooth surface. And I really like nice smooth surfaces. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to finish the rusting technique. So I'm going to take out some burnt umber. And I'm going to take and I'm just going to pounce over it. Going to get a little bit more of the burnt umber out. And I'm going to do these little pieces, the star, the snowflake, the heart, the bell, and the button. Just going to lightly add a little bit of the brown on each one. Same on the button. Up, come here. And on the bell. I did You know how I always take my red berries and I like to change the red on them because I don't really like that red. I think it's quite icky actually. Anyway, I did the rusting technique on those little plastic red berries. Oh my God, they are just so pretty like that. Oh, add a little bit of the blue mist onto them and then splatter them with some of the snow. Oh, they're just beautiful. I just love how it turned out. So I'm just going to dry these off. So these ones all have the coat of burnt umber on them. Now I'm going to do the coat of raw sienna. Some people like to do more of an orangey. I'm not a big orangey fan, so I really just do the raw sienna. I'm just rusting it up with some raw sienna. I'm going to dry that off before I turn it over. And I'm going to do some again on the back. You can see I'm just kind of pounce that on. And if you ever think you've done too much and oh, none of the black is showing through or none of them, just add a little bit of more. Just pounce a little bit of it on. So I'm going to go back to my black. I think I'm just going to add a little bit of black here and there. Like that. You control it. You can make it as rusty or as not rusty as you want. Hi, Carol. Okay. These little pieces here also have to have some raw sienna on them. Well, I think I better get my hands a little wipe. And a little bit on the bell. Come here, bell. And a little bit on the button. I keep dropping this button. Ah! Told you. Yes. I should have put it on tape. Okay. I'm going to sneeze. Hope I'm not getting a cold. I really cannot get sick. Excuse me. Really cannot get sick. Okay. So all the little accessories are done. I'm just going to dry these off. Because we still have to add a little touch of blue to them. I actually think I'm going to add a little bit more black. I tell you, I am way too picky. Onto just a couple little areas. And then a little bit more. Again, I'm able to control how dark or light or how rusty I want all these. What? Come here. Okay, so the next thing I want to do, I get a little something on there. Have to look. I'm gonna get this crap off my hands. Oh, thank you, Dan. Oh, you're saying bless you because I sneezed. I don't know what this is. I'm not coming down with something. Shoot myself. Okay. Now we want to rust these. But as you can see, they aren't all completely rusted. They're just different levels of rusted. So we'll start with this one, and this one is lighter rusting. This one is a little bit darker. So I'm going to take my 3 colors that I use. I'm going to make sure I have nice little piles of them here. Show you what I did. Hope I can recreate it. Okay. Sorry, I just got a little bit more black on me. Okay. So I'm going to take my little sponge and I'm going to pick up some black and I'm going to see where I want. You can see where I rusted right here. Well, all I did was I just kind of dabbed my sponge on, and you can see I'm going to keep it a little bit more to the sides because if you're going to rust, things usually start rusting a little bit more on the sides than anywhere else. Let me just come in a little bit. And I'm going to do the same thing on the back. Just going to rust just a little bit. And you, again, you control where you are rusting it and how much you're rusting it. So this is the first one. I didn't want it rusted as much. Make sure the black is dark enough. And then this one, there's a lot more rusting on it. So I'm just going to come here on the side. A bit more in the middle. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And of course, you don't have to rust them the same on both sides. Okay, I'm just going to dry this off so you can see where we've rusted these. Well, started the rusting process. I'm going to add a little bit more. So we're just where I put the black, I'm just going to deepen that black a little bit. Kind of looks like moo cow spots, doesn't it? That's what I thought of. I know when I did this, I thought, what the heck am I doing? But I just really did like the way it turns out. Might even add just a little bit more. Okay. And again, totally up to you how much rusting you add. Okay, so now I'm going to just carry on and add the brown. So this is the burnt umber, and every place I've got the black, I'm really just going to pounce on. a little bit of, and you're not going to be able to do it exactly where you've got it. That doesn't matter. So now I'm just going to turn it over and add a little bit of the brown. Oh, there's a man walking down the road, and he's got his little son, probably about 18 months old, up on his shoulders, and they're walking down the road. Aw, cute. Just gonna let that dry for a minute while I come in and pick up a little bit more of the burnt umber. So it's just a rusting technique, right? So it's just those 3 basic colors. And no, I don't care if I go over onto the blue a little bit. And again on the back. So we're just going to, you can also use, if you don't feel like comfortable with the sponge, just use a dry brush. You can use anything you want to put this on. Okay, I'm just gonna put my little nose. Oh, I better not be getting sick. No, 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 sicky. Okay, now I'm gonna do the same thing, except I'm going to do it with the raw sienna. And I'm gonna use the same dirty sponge. I'm just gonna take a piece of paper towel and kind of get rid of the excess. Pick up the raw sienna. Just lightly pounce a little bit of it on. You can see I'm coming up into the blue just a little bit. And I like doing that because rusty edges are never clean rust, or like clean straight edges. So I'm going to dry these, and then I'm going to dry the back. I mean, then we're going to add the raw sienna onto the back. Kind of like Dalmatians, right? Okay, I'm just going to turn them over, pick up a little bit of the raw sienna, and just going to pounce a little bit of it on the areas that we're rusting. And again, if you're not comfortable using a sponge, just use one of your dry brushes. Okay, so I'm just going to turn this over. I'm just going to take a look at them, see if I want to change anything. So what you can do now, is, where's my little brush that I want to use? This one will work. I'm going to take this round and I'm going to pick up a bit of blue. And now I can kind of adjust this any way I want. So I might add a little bit of, just makes it look a little bit more like not so clean edges and stuff. So I'm just pouncing a little bit of this blue on just to kind of soften up and these edges and make them look a little bit more regular, I guess. So you can see what I'm doing here. And you can do this with any of the colors if you want to add a little bit more black somewhere or a little bit more white somewhere. That's all you do. I'm sorry, a little, or any of the browns. You just dab it on like this. Hi, Rhonda. How are you? Glad you could join us. Well, that's because I'm surprised. I honestly just am never quite sure when I'm going to be able to come on. So, you know, I do apologize for that. I will always try and give you a little bit of notice of when I'm going to come on. And sometimes it really is just a little bit of notice. So I'm just lightly adding some blue into this. Turn it over and just do the other side. A little bit too much on there. There. To make sure this is all dry. And then I'm going to come into this one and you can see I've just added blue to it now. So I'm just going to take the same brush and I'm going to just brush on a little bit of this blue. And it looks like blue was the original color, but it's really tarnished. And I'm going to do that to both sides. And I'm kind of doing some up and down and some sideways. Like that. And then I'm going to take the blue and I'm also going to put it on the bell and the button. Oops, come here, you. I'm just going to brush some of this on. A little bit of the blue, and I'm also going to put a little bit of blue on this button. It's going to kind of go around those edges. Okay, now these three I'm going to wait to do. So, and I'll tell you why when I go to do them. So I'm just going to put them over to the side. Now these are splattered. To get all this other effect on here, they're just splattered. So I'm starting with white. We're going to splatter it. So white, black, and I may add a little bit of blue on this one. We'll see. Thanks, Rhonda. Yeah, just can't always do what I, want to do with this. But I have some really cute new pieces coming out. Get to work on them randomly here and there, so it's a little bit. Now I'm just picking up a little bit of warm white. I like to cover up the face because I don't really like to put it on the face, the splattering. And a little bit here and here. I like to do little concentrations of it in spots. So maybe a little bit more right there. I'll do a little, sorry, a bit down there. I'm just going to dry that off before I turn them. I'm going to use some of my new fabric in some of the pieces that I'm doing. I just love. So now I'm going to pick up a little bit of the black. So again, I just like to get this a little damp. Pick up the black. And I'm going to just splatter a little bit of the black on. Get me a little bit more black and maybe a little bit more water on this. I'm just splattering this on. Helps to make it look aged. Can you just a little bit more water on that? I'm going to take this. I do worry about these faces. I don't want to get any black on them. Oh. Okay, now I'm going to just dry these off because we do have to do the same thing to the back. Otherwise they'll look weird. I'm just wondering if that's a little black dot I got on it. On the face. Do not want any black dots. Did get a little black dot on the face. You have to fiddle with that to get that off. Probably have to fiddle now with it. I just want to check the white, see if I have enough white on them. I might do a little bit more of the white on this one. And you'll be able to look at the white, whatever it is that you're doing and decide. See, I love it when it does kind of a little splattery and there's lines in it. It looks so cool. Okay. Okay. These are also going to be splattered with champagne stardust. But I'm going to do that at the end. So you can see the 3 levels of the tarnishing. I'm going to turn these over and we're just going to splatter these. So I want to again cover up their little heads. I'm going to dry that a little bit. And a bit more. And then I'm going to do the black. See how it splatters these lines? Love that. I think that looks so cool. Okay. I'm just going to this one, I'm not really fussy on the edges on the back of it. So I want to take, which brush do I want? I'm just going to take one of my, I'm going to take another one of these brushes and I'm going to pick up some black. And I'm going to pounce a little bit of more black here and there. There, just make it look a little bit more randomy. Okay, I'm going to turn these over. Okay, so the painting part is all done. And as you can see, so you can make these again. If you want them all really tarnished, it's totally up to you, whichever way you want to, you know, to do it. I'm just going to make the wings now. I have lots of these things around. Okay. So this first one, I'm going to take 2 of these, I think 2, and I'm going to end up probably doing like this. So you're just going to just make loops for the bows with these. And there's going to be, see, this one's going to stick out until I add some more to it. So really we're just making loops for the bows. Oh, here it is. See however many I want to add. This one drives me, I think I'll just cut that one off. I'm going to take a thin one. And then I'm going to just take one of the little pieces of wires, cut a little piece of it off, and wrap this all up. Just to hold it all together. You see I have a couple of long pieces, so I'm just going to cut those off. I think my wire cutters are upstairs, so I'm going to try and use scissors. Yeah, there we are. Worked. And again, these are just little bows that I made, a little bow loops that I made out of the wire. And it's going to go on the back like this. I just kind of play with them a bit so that they're formed properly. And then we're just going to glue it onto the back. Hey Deb, how are you doing? I'm going to give you an order for a bunch of those other angels and stuff that I wanted. So I'm just gluing this one on the back here. And if you see that yours looks a little messy or you don't like the way it looks, you can add a little, oh, well, I'll show you. I'll show you what we're going to do just to kind of pretty that up. Because I like the back to look as good as the front, or close to. I'm just holding that there. I want to make sure that that really sticks down. We went over to Deb's yesterday and we woke her up. Felt really bad. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is, oh shoot, you know what? I think I left it upstairs too. Now I'm looking around. In case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm scanning the room. Just a sec. I did leave them upstairs. Here. Sorry, I had to get these. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to take one of them, and I'm going to make a little bow like this. I'm just going to glue it right here onto the back, like that. I don't want my glue gun way over there. Okay. You can also use just a little button, a cute little button on the back if you want. I'm just using that. And then the back looks all cute. Then I'm going to take one of our pieces of bows, and I'm going to make this little thing here. I think I'll do 3 loops. I think 3 loops should be enough. Cut it off. Then I'm going to cut another piece. Going to tie this in the middle, but I'm not going to cut these little ends off of these loops. I'm going to use those as hangy downies too. Okay, now I have lots of hangy downies, and it's going to go right in here. Like that. And I'm just going to trim this a little bit because I don't need them this long. Like that. I gave everybody a little piece of cheesecloth because really you only need a little piece. You certainly don't even need as much as I gave you, but you'll be able to put this on. I think I did it on all 3. No, I just did it on 2 of them. So just open it up. Cut a piece about this long. See how ratty and raggedy it is? That's perfect. See how big you want the little hangy to be on it. So I don't really want this to be, you know, too much. Just about this size. It's about, what, 1.5 inches. I'm going to stick it on here. I always just take it, give it a little twist, put it on. Now, this one isn't tea dyed too dark, very dark. So if you want it darker, you can take your Distress inks. So this is just some vintage photo. I'm just going to pick a little bit of it up and I'm going to dab it on just to kind of dirty up that cheesecloth a little bit. And then I'm going to take the button and I'm going to glue it on. So this one, because there's a lot of blue on this, I decided to leave the heart really rusted looking. So I just took a little bit of the blue on my dry brush. Get it? And I just did a little bit of blue on it. Just kind of pounced a little bit of blue on it because I wanted most of the rusty to show. And I stuck it on. And there's angel number 1 done. Now we're going to go to angel number 2. Now angel number 2 has the burlap wings. So I'm going to grab a couple of these. And I'm going to make the loops as big as I, think they should be. Just 1, 2. There, that's about right. Grab my scissors, cut it off, and then I'm just going to tie this in the middle. So I separated those at the bottom, the 2 hangy downies. One of Debbie's little euphemisms. Hangy downies. And these are the wings, like that. And they're just glued onto the back. You can kind of pull them anywhere, any way you want. So let's glue them onto the back. Like this. Now I left these a little long, so I'm going to trim these a bit. Get this out of the way. And then I made a bow out of the thin wire. So just take your thin wire, leave a long end to it. So I just made 4 loops like that, and then I'm just going to take this and wrap it around. Like that. And then I'm going to take these two and I'm going to twist them. Now I'm going to glue that on. Just going to hold that there because I want to make sure that it dries and sticks really good. Now this one has this star on it, so I want a little bit more blue on the star, and I'm going to put it maybe on this side of this star. That way it'll show up just a little bit more. Get these things out of my way here. So I'm going to do the right side just so that it shows up really nicely, like there. Put a little bit right there. And you'll be able to tell when you do it how much or how little of the blue you want to put on for it to show up. There's the star. So that's angel number 2 done. Oops, I shouldn't pick it up so high. So now we have angel 1 and angel 2. So this one had the wire wings. Oops, wrong one. Gosh, here it is. So this one had the wire wings. This one had the burlap string wings, and this one has a combination of the two. So I'm going to take, just want to make sure I do this right. Okay, I did the burlap string first, but I'm only going to do 4 loops, not 8 loops like I did on the other one. Come here, you. Oops. So I'm just going to take this, and I'm going to make, oops, I need the other one. Grabbed the wrong ones. Okay. So I just kind of fold it in half and figure out the size of wings that I want. So make the loops that big. That's a little bit too big, I think. Make them a little bit smaller. And I'm going to do 2 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just want to make sure I don't want you to do too many. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I see. I'm not going to do it that way on this one. This one, I'm going to just use 2. I'm not going to double it like this. I'm just going to have the 2 strands. Just want to make sure I tell you this properly. And then I'm going to make 2 loops on each side like that. And then I'm just going to cut them. And take a little piece of this and tie it in the middle. I'm going to tie those, just cut those extra little ends off. And then these are going to go on like this. So I'm just going to glue that on. And then cut some of these ends off because these are way too long. Okay, and now while that's just drying up, I'm going to take the skinny wire. I have 2 of them. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make bows. A bow. I'm just going to do 2. Make sure these are the right size. I'd actually make them just a little bit bigger. So I love about this wire, this is the 26 gauge, I believe, is that you're really able to manipulate it so well. Make one more loop on each one. Hope I didn't do these too big. Okay. Perfect. Now I don't want these long wires at the back, so I'm going to cut them down like that. And then I'm going to glue these on the back. Make sure these are wrapped around good. Trying to give it a really good firm base to glue it on. I'm just going to hold that down for a minute. And then we'll separate these wings a bit. I always just end up fiddling with the burlap and the wire to make sure that it looks really good. And then I'm going to take just one of these, and instead of making a bow, which I decided not to do, I just took this and I wrapped the whole thing around one of these, just, around the end of your brush. I just wrapped it. And I'll end up cutting this because it's going to be too long. I'm just going to put that to the side for a second, grab a little piece of cheesecloth, This is a new cheesecloth that I don't like, in case anybody's wondering. I really don't like this cheesecloth. There's a way better cheesecloth out there. I'm going to have to go on the hunt for a better cheesecloth since my dollar store does not carry the one that I love anymore. Now I'm going to take this, I'm going to just open it up a bit. I want it a little bit more twisty. A little bit more twisty here too. And it's going to be on the bow like this. I'm just going to attach it on the bow like that, but I think I want it a little twistier. I'll do it like this. So I'm just going to take my glue gun. Put a blob of it there. Put this on. I'm just going to hold this in place for a minute while it dries. Add another blob. And put the bell on. Now something that I decided to do, and this is completely up to you. Let's see if my glue is in here. I took my blue mist again, put it on my brush, and I added some blue onto this rusty wire here. You can do that on the wings too if you like. You don't have to, but you can if you like. And then this little snowflake that goes on here, because this is already quite brown, the little girl, I added quite a bit of blue to it, just so it would show up more. And then I glued it on. Sure I have the right 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I took all of these and I splattered them. This is my Galaxy Glitter Champagne Stardust. This just really makes all of this really pop when I put this on. Just get it a little bit damp so that it'll pick up the Champagne Stardust really good. I'm going to just cover their faces because I do not want any of this on their faces. And I'm going to splatter them. Need a little bit more water. Just flick the Champagne Stardust on. Hi, Rosemary. Hi, Claudia. There. Okay, So these are all done except for the little hanging on the back. And what I did was I just took a little bit of this burlap string. I gave everybody lots of it. Whoops. See how long you want it. Made a little knot at the end. And I glued it on. So that's all you have to do if you want to hang it. However, see, I didn't want to put a hole in the head. It just seems wrong to put holes in angels' heads. So I didn't want to do that. But again, you can always, I have lots of these stands. You can also use one of these stands and have them as a standing angel that just kind of leans up. So anyway, totally up to you. So these are the 3 angels. Just gonna come back up to me, lucky you guys. Once in a while. Okay. Hey, I'm back. Okay. So these are the little angels that we did. This is the least tarnished one, the middle tarnished one, and then the most tarnished one. Love these little angels. They're just so super cute and really easy to do. Especially if once you've done one, you just can whip through them so quickly. And you can use this rusting technique, but see how you can do it where you can just do a little tiny bit of a rust on things, or you can do a whole lot of rust on things. And I've been using this blue mist as kind of the under thing, but you can do, like, you can use greens, reds, you know, any color that you kind of want as a base coat, you can rust. There. Yeah, so anyway, hope you enjoyed the class. I will be on during the week with a couple of new kits and a new class. I'm going to do a class on one of the kits next week already. Trying to keep on top of things. So I hope you can join me. Are the stands on the website? They are not on the stands. They're not on the website yet, but I will put them up, or you can just send me a private message and let me know how many you want. Yeah, I think that's it, ladies. I should go. Have a really great weekend. Happy Thanksgiving to all my Canadian buddies. Oh, I sent you a message yesterday, but I'm going to add the little stands. Okay. Okay, Rhonda. Yeah, I got your message yesterday. Thanks, everybody. I'll talk to y'all later, okay? Bye.